Okay, so no questions means oh, I didn't close this. Okay, so today I will start if then else statement. 11-15-2020. So I'm going to say if statement. If statement. Okay, so let me get out of this. What is this? Okay, so let's write a simple if statement, right? What we'll do is if this is true, then it will display something. If not, then display something else. That's what if statement is. So I'm gonna say ls here, and then I'm gonna copy template to if statement dot sh. Here I'm gonna say this is a if statement. Okay, and then you'll say echo. What we'll do is we'll do a comparison, okay? Echo, enter number 3, okay? Echo, and you'll have a little echo here. And then now we have read num1. Okay, everybody should know about the read statement, right? It's a built-in statement here. Okay, I officially told you guys that read is a built-in statement. When there is a read here, the script will run and stop at CLI, and then it will be waiting for your input. It will be waiting for the user input, okay? Okay. Now we said read num1, right? Then what we could do is we could do some if statement. If, and then to write the if statement you have to open a square bracket. If $num1, so writing $num1 we already know. It will this will read here as whatever you put in num1, and then whatever number you give me, num1 will become $num1 here, okay? Now we're gonna use the comparison here. Equals, right? To use the equal sign, either you use hyphen EQ or double equal sign. That's what this script will understand. If double equal equals 3, okay, then if statements is followed by then. Okay, if this is true, then say echo you you gave correct answer. That's it. And then if you want to close the if statement, you do phi. Backwards of if is fi. This is like a quote, open quote and close quote, and this is the statement in the middle. So in fact, what you could do is you could do this here for clarity. So you open if statement, if, and then this is the argument. If, when you put in the num1 here, equals 3, then echo you gave correct answer. So let's run and see what happens. It says enter number 3. I hit number 3 and enter. It says you gave correct answer. Okay, and if we do a wrong answer, if I type 5 and hit enter, there is no answer. It's just going back to the command prompt here. Okay, so that is a single if statement here. Okay, now this is a single statement, but we want more out of this. If the statement is true, do this. If statement is not true, do that. So what will come? It will become now if then and else. It's called if then and else statement. So let me copy this. Let me copy if, and I'm going to copy to if then else statement dot sh, okay? And I do if then and else statement building up on the same script. Okay, so here we said everything is good here, right? Now we use else. If the statement is not correct, then say else. Else is built in. Okay? And then I'll say echo you entered $num1 and you say this is not correct answer, and I'll hit enter here. This is if then and else. Okay, so this is like our order of calculation. If this is true, do this. If this is not true, else is. If what we are asking is true, is not true, then that's become else. If this is true, then it becomes part of then. So if is built in, then is built in, else is built in, read is built in. Okay, so let me get out of this. I'm going to save and exit. Okay, and what I'm going to do is save. Then I'm going to run. Enter number 3, and I'm going to say 5. I'll say you entered 5. This is not a correct answer. Let me run it again. Number 3, and says yeah, you give correct answer. Okay. Now you see how this thing is building up. Okay. If then else statement. Okay, any questions? Now, what if you have multiple else? Over here, we see like if 3 is, where we are doing a calculation, if 3 is true now, then we are ending in just 2 statements here, then and else. What if you have like multiple true answers and multiple false answers. That's when the if then else elif statement comes in. Okay, so this is if then elif. Elif stands for else and elif, and else statement. Everybody with me, right? Please ask me questions.
So if we put the statement and it's not true, then it's go to else.
Yeah, that is when the else is coming here. Yeah. If you so this is where it's here. This is built in. This is built in. Double equals, or you could use a hyphen equal. It's a okay. Let's go ahead and use this. Okay. Let's go ahead and use hyphen equal. So the one I gave you here, make sure you keep it safe. This is a very nice. I'm building up a very nice scripting. Everything from scratch. As long as you're gonna be running script here, this you will need this. Okay, and then you will need this, and all these are built in here, so you would need this here. So you want to keep this safe. Read command. Okay, equals. So either you use the symbol or you use a hyphen equal. So if you use hyphen equal, hyphen eq. You know what? Let me do it in a new script here, because new script I will have multiple else statements. So there we could use all these here. Okay, let's do that. So this is if then else statement here. So let's write this script from the scratch here. So I'm gonna say clear this CP template. Then I'm gonna give it a name if then elif, ELIF, else statement.sh. If then elif else statement.sh. Okay, all right, let's do that. Okay, and here I'm gonna say this is a if then elif else statement. Here I'm gonna say echo echo enter a number between 1 and 5. Okay, let's play this game and let's see here. what we're gonna do is echo. Okay, so this is just a line, and here I'm gonna say echo. It will give good amount of space here. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say read data. Now we're gonna have some fun. Okay, building on this here. If dollar data equal, so instead of equal we're going to use hyphen eq. Okay, these are all the ones I showed you, all are built in. If dollar equal if dollar data equal 1, okay, then statement comes in. Then echo, we are asking the system to say you entered number 1. You entered 1. Okay, the echo part is not a big deal, right? Everybody knows when you type echo, it's just echoing. That means it's just whatever you say typing in is just saying it out for you, repeating it for you. Okay, so over here what you could do is you can use equal also. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. Here, and I'm going to say 2. So if now here you cannot have 2 statements here, and if you want to have the end of the statement will be else, but if you want to have more than one else in here, it becomes else and if, elif, elif. Okay, then look, everything else is I'm just copying. Okay, I told you many times here that the script is just building up, copying what you already have. Okay, so here, see, I'm just copying everything here, and you entered. So now it says to enter 2, right? Now let's see here, your data is 3, and we'll say you entered 3. Okay, and if this is 4, you're going to change this to 4, and obviously this is 5, and this is going to become 5. What about the last statement here? Last statement is going to be almost the same thing here. Okay, so then I'm going to paste it here. End of the statement, you cannot use elif, then you're going to use else. That means the data is if you don't have, if there is not going to be a match, then you could say else. You don't need then here. Then you say you entered, or your entry is out of range. Okay, you don't need this also. Okay, so I'm going to expand this here so that you could see better. Tell me, this is difficult to understand. There is nothing in here which is difficult. See, now I'm going to say double equal here. I'm going to use double equal here just to prove that this is working.
All these statements are Oracle programming.
Yeah, it's the same concept. Anything and everything is coming from here. Okay, because the Unix was developed using C by AT&T, and I think the C program is developed by AT&T also, if I'm not mistaken. C is a general purpose Dennis Ritchie. So yeah, Dennis Ritchie, he used to work at AT&T. So let's take a look here. "48 years ago, and cross-platform unified." Bell Labs, right? Right here. A successor of the programming language B, C was originally developed by Bell Labs by Dennis Ritchie. So we don't hear anything about AT&T, but AT&T and IBM, they have developed a lot of things in the field of technology. Now they are kind of on a back seat. I wouldn't say they are on back seat here, but they threw out the Unix operating system to the world. Without the Unix operating system, there wouldn't be all these unique possibilities, and all this unique operating system is free. I already talked about the history, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this was developed in 1972, right? But Unix operating system is coming in from 1969. So 2 years before this. So in 1969, we already had the scripting we are doing. Most of the scripting I'm showing you is coming from 1969. 1970, I think, yeah. So this is where everything developed, and it's not like this is everything in here is it has some improvements in here, but all these things, if you are teaching somebody in 1973, most of the things they already had it back then. This is called scripting. After that, when they have started to build heavy scripting, programming is nothing but scripting, okay? They started to give it a different name, programming, in programming languages. So all the base, I don't care if it's Windows and all this, everything is coming here. From?
So where we put error statement in this?
Yeah, I'll show you. It's coming. It's another 2 or 3 classes down, or maybe at least 2 classes down. So out of C programming, there are other programs that came out here, right? GCC, CLang, Intel C, C++, Microsoft C++. I don't know. Yeah. I'm telling you, if you get hold of this scripting I'm showing you, and every other scripting is not going to be as I mean, I think you have good experience with Oracle and all that, but Yeah. So this is, if you learn this basic, everything else is based on the same concept. Many later languages borrowed directly from C, C++, C hash, Unix C shell. Okay, let's take a look here. Unix C shell. This is a little bit different here. This is not exactly shell here. It says B bin slash C. This is C shell here. It's a little different here. I mean, I don't want to show you what C shell is. We are using shell. D, Go, Java. See, Java came from C++. JavaScript, Julia, Limbo, Python, Swift, which is an Apple product, I think. Yeah, Apple. So you could trace everything back to Unix, and Bell Labs, and all those good things are coming from there. Let's see bash scripting, okay? The one I'm teaching you is bash scripting, right? Bash Unix shell scripting language. Bash written in C. Okay, Unix shell. Okay, actually, I'm showing is bash. It's like it's a older version of shell. I mean newer version. So 79. So what you're doing here is you're tracing everything back to Unix, okay? Unix shell. They may not have a good information here. Unix. Okay, so this is where it's coming here. Shell scripting designed to run by Unix command line interpreter. Logging in is called wrapper. The term is also used more generally, means automated. Okay, so you see here. So this is shell scripting. In that I'm showing a bash script. It was developed a little later here, I think, but everything is coming from here. Shell scripting and Unix.
So sometimes these, if we write a long script, it becoming complicated.
Yeah. Long script what?
Become
Complicated,
like,
yeah.
yeah, complex.
So no, but listen. if somebody is looking at it, it looks complicated here. What does it look like to you? You just have to somehow gather information and enter this part of code, okay?
Uh,
Okay, so this block and everything else is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. It's just a copy of first block here. There is no difference here, it's just the number is different.
you have to just put the data.
So everything else is same. There is no much difference here. So if somebody is saying, oh, I'm gonna write like a thousand page code, 1,000 line code, okay, fine. But most of the things are you're gonna reuse them.
Copy and paste.
Copy and paste, yeah. All you need is a general understanding of how things are working. That's it. This is right in front of your eyes, right? This part is copy and paste. That's it, nothing else. So let's run this. And I'm gonna run okay, it says enter a number between 1 and 5, okay? I'm not gonna run 1, I'm gonna put in like 4 and say, uh-oh, unexpected end of file. So let's take a look here. What do I type here? Set numbers, right? Okay. Set number and it's on number 46. So what you have to do is, I forgot to close the statement, so I have to do fi. Here I type fi. Open the if statement and close with the if fi. That is the format.
Opposite of if.
So it says enter a number between 1 and 5. I'm going to put in 1. And it says you entered 1. Okay, let's run it here. I'm going to say 6. And you said your entry is out of range. Run it again. And then I'm going to say 3. You entered 3. That's it. This is a very classic example of if then elif statement here, okay?
Mr. Zafar, how do we translate this to like, real working situation?
Yeah. How do you translate this into a real world situation? So what we'll do is I'll show you how to let's see here. When you will be running the commands, in fact we'll write a script going forward. Once we are configuring this here, we will show you how these things are working. What will happen here is read data, and then you could put in like a command in here, and that command will be used in to execute some other command here. So like here we used echo, right? So to do this here, so what we could do is let's do this here now that you told me. let me put this in here. Okay, let's run this here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save and exit, and what I'll do is I'll copy, and then I'm gonna say my script. So I'm gonna clear this. In here, what I'm gonna say is this is if then else statement, and then I'll say here I'll say this is my daily go to script, and you'll see here read data. Okay, and so in here what I'm gonna do is this is my daily go to script, and here what I'm gonna do is echo, and in here now I'm gonna use five different commands. Give me a five. Everybody, give me one of your favorite commands.
PWD.
All right. PWD ls
List
hyphen
block.
huh
List block.
lsblk comma ls hyphen l.
DF hyphen H.
Very good. df hyphen h. One more. Do I got five? df hyphen h, and what else I'm gonna do is
Who?
who. I want to see who's logged in.
Can we add a calendar in there too?
Oh, why not? It will be the sixth line here. Okay, so do cal. So this is my daily go to script. Script commands. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is read data. So here I'm gonna say go to enter one of these commands. So we're gonna restrict to one of these commands. Enter one command, okay? Now it says read data. So when it's gonna read data, it will it will do one of these commands here. So read data, and if data is going to be, where is going to be pwd, then what I'm going to say is, then I'm going to run pwd command here. Okay, and then you could actually get rid of this. I could just delete this here. Okay, and if data is, now everybody help me here. If data is equal to lsblk, then run lsblk, and I'm going to get rid of this line. And what is the third one? ls-l. If data 3 is ls-l, this might break here. So what I'm going to do is I might have to give the quote here, double quote. Okay. Then we are replacing echo command with ls-l. Okay. Everybody clear with me what I'm doing here? And the third one is df-h, df-h. Okay, then run df-h. If I'm putting df-h somewhere here on the line here, what do I have to put this in? And who, then I'm gonna say run the who command. Okay, and let's do calendar. Just give me 1 second, let me close the door. Okay. All right. So now we're done with who. Now what we need to do is change this to cal. C-A-L. Then I'm going to get rid of this line here. I'm going to say simple cal. Else echo your entry is out of range. Put in from the list. Okay, so all this looks good to me. Okay. So I'm going to run my script. It says enter one command, PWD or any of these here. So let's type cal, and it says, cal integer expression expected, line 12, right? If data is integer, it's looking for the number here. Why is it looking for the number?
साहब PWD दिया था आप नंबर नहीं है ना PWD.
Yeah, but no, I mean, let's see here. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. It's a comparison.
नहीं तो है.
It's a comparison, right?
कंपैरिजन में नंबर का कंपैरिजन होता ना साहब.
No, still it's a true or false comparison. It should read data. If data equal PWD, then let me run LSBLK and see what happens here, okay? I ran cal, right? Let me do this here, okay? See what happens. Who okay. So I'm going to do a PWD, and it says PWD integer expression expected. Line 22, 22 and 37. And which one is 37? This one here. It's not talking about 32. So I'm gonna do EQ. Let's do EQ. Uh-oh. Now I got 12, 18, 22, 27, 32. So it needs double equal then. Let me see double equal. Set number. No, I think this part is this part I need to see here. So let's see here. Boolean shell script. Boolean bell script. Bash examples. Integer logical operator. If $terminate, then echo the program is okay. So here what I'm gonna do is if $data equal PWD, right? Okay, so let me save this here. Okay, it's working. Now let me do ls-l. So the line I have to do it the other way around, I think. Yeah. So this two is working, and I have to work on here is equal to and data I might not need. Alright, let's do it here, see what happens here. I'm gonna put this in quotes too. PWD. And also don't hesitate to look at somebody else's code. Let's so it's not liking that. So where is LSBLK? Okay, let me run PWD again and see what happens. Okay, the PW part is working and the LSBLK is not working. Why is it not working? Let me see if it's a double equal. Okay, now it worked. Okay, 2 down, 2 more to go, 3 more to go. All right, guys. Cal is working. Who is working? DFF and H is working. And LS-L. Oh, it's working. All right, guys. So I didn't even know what I'm doing over here, right? What I did was I just built up on the concept here. I built up on the concept, put something on Google, and everything is in front of you. All you have to remember is where you have to place the command. Where is the command being placed? If LSBLK would have been somewhere else here, right next to then, what do I have to do? Hello, anybody's there? I'm talking in dead air.
नहीं है सब डेटा है बैठे हुए लोग.
Okay.
Show the error.
Everybody, you guys went so quiet.
No, it's showing the error if you put it there.
Where?
On then.
I'm not getting anything. So wait, you might have to just check your. So the operation is it's not taking EQ, it's taking double equal.
सिंटैक्स का ही मसला है असल. सिंटैक्स मालूम हो गया तो कुछ भी नहीं है प्रॉब्लम.
And then how you gonna learn syntax? You gonna the only way you're gonna run syntax is you're gonna have to do it and think how I'm gonna use something to get out of this. So in here, this class, by the end of the scripting class, you will get all the basics that you need to develop like a more advanced script. You just have to determine how you're going to use it, okay? So this was a simple if then else statement, then we made that into our daily script here.
स्क्रिप्ट की प्रोग्रामिंग की कोई सिंटैक्स की वो नहीं है साहब, किताब है या बुक कोई?
Uh, I t- no, don't. I'm gonna give you everything in here. Then you just have to. I'm telling you, don't look for the third party stuff yet. Okay, so whatever I'm giving you is all the concepts and everything is going to be here. Then, as you're working on a problem, how exactly I'm going to use solve that problem uh, using what I have already learned here. So you learned this, and then we solve the problem using if then else. You want to run this command here. So the basic thing is built up on what you have already done here. So see how many lines we have already here. So this file is kind of growing big and big in here. There is a lot more to come here. I think only we have done 50%. So when we started it, you learn you have to have this, you have to have bin bash, so that then the system will read this as a script file. Okay, then you learn to save and exit, then you learn permission. All these are building blocks. Okay, so you know all this here, you have to have this much information for the script to become a script. And then I showed you how to identify a script .sh. Okay, but that's meaningless here. .sh, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just for your people you're working with to know that you have this template in there. Or I mean .sh is the extension. Okay, so now you have concept. All these things are meaningless to you now that you know the little bit advanced scripting here. Okay, so now you worked on the operators here. So now you realize these operators, addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Then this is Boolean, equal to, not equal to, greater than. Okay, so we could use the greater than also in another script. I'll show you how to use it. And then we could use loops, loop something a few times. So this things is, it will build up on its own, not build up on its own, but you will build the script as you go along. You just have to get the concept here. So now you learned this doesn't have to be between the operator doesn't have to be between the numbers here. So but I think this let me change this here to EQ again, hyphen EQ. This should still work though. It's not working.
Have to be hyphen, or is it just EQ?
Hyphen. Because we earlier used a hyphen EQ, right? It worked. Right here. So that tells you that what you might want to do is if you take out the double quotes, let me put this in double quotes here and see what happens. No, it didn't work. Okay,
Oh,
so
I think I found it. For the first line, you have if, not elif.
It doesn't matter, right?
I thought that's what the command was. If this, then run this, right? Because on the first line, the present working directory is if, right? And then down underneath it says elif.
Oh, no, no. ELIF is part. Elif, else and if.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
working. Elif. If you don't put elif in, elif is coming here. Elif is used when there are multiple else statement here. First we learned if, then,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Then we learned if, then, and else. If this is true, then do this, else do that, okay? There's only do this or that. In elif, if this is true, do that. If this is true, do this. If this is true, do this. And then you're coming to a else. If none of them are true, then do this.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to put elif there.
So elif should work.
Yeah, elif should work here. So what is happening here is so the data, how the data is handled is you're gonna have to give in code here. So what you learned today is you have to put in code here, but now hyphen eq may not work with the string. By the way, if you're comparing a number, if you're comparing a number, then double equal sign is working here. Okay, so now what you could do is in here I'm going to put compare. In bash scripting. I may have to use the double command pattern. Use the operator with the for pattern matching. Okay.
स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं.
Yeah, double. See, I didn't know that. So now let's do double brackets. Let's do the last one. So I'm learning with you guys. As I'm teaching, I'm learning myself. Worked. See, that's how you do it here. You grab the concept and you work around and you put it in internet here, okay? Even if you're working for Google, Google what you're doing. Because Google will save your day. Literally, if you get like a complex problems here, in fact, it's easy to put in Google. So like for example, if you're shopping, yesterday I was looking for the Verizon wireless plans, right? I went to Verizon Wireless. So I went in here So I'm searching for a shop, and so I was having problem here. So what I did here, right, I put in where I needed the hotspot, right? Hotspots. I need a hotspot plan. So it was hard for me to go directly onto the Verizon Wireless and check from there. So what I did was I clicked in here. So this is where they have the hotspot plans. So see, you could tell they put this under unlimited here. I mean, what does it mean? If somebody is coming here, it should be crystal clear, right? Right in front of their eyes. If they're looking for data only plan, which is hotspot. So that's why they have it here. So, Google is everywhere. So right in front of your eyes, we put in Google here, and we found something somewhere. I mean, Google just gave it to this site here. In fact, it went into directly into this site and compare strings, and you have to do double quotes. Now you could do it for all of them. So now you probably will never forget for the rest of your life that you have to do this. Once you learn it in scripting and all this is going to be same thing. Let's see if this is going to work here. LS-L and DF-H, because they are with the hyphens. Uh-oh. It doesn't work. Let's do, then you probably still have to put in codes then.
Syntax error.
Let's do this here. Because -L it's not comparing, it's hard for the system to do that. No. And also DFF and H too. So -H is giving the error. Okay, you just have to play around and see what is working for you, then you do it, okay? All right, that's enough for today. Okay, so before I close today, let's talk about loops. Like if you have like a number from this here to here, let's loop it. So what you could do is loops. It's called for loop. There are two kinds of loop: for loop and while loop. Okay, while loop is very dangerous. You gotta be careful. So I'm gonna copy I'm gonna copy loop for sh, or maybe for loop I'm gonna copy cp, I'm gonna call it for loop 1.sh, because there are multiple things I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna go into for loop 1.sh. Okay, and then let's see here. I'm gonna vi into it first. Over here I'm gonna say bin bash, I'm gonna say this is a for loop statement. Okay, so I'm gonna say for f in one dot dot 100 do touch dollar f, done. So this is the what you have to do is, this is the syntax here. For, this is the variable, you could change it anytime. In so what I'm gonna do is let's see here. So this part is a variable, okay? I don't know how to use this thing here. This part is variable, and then this part is this part you're telling to do against, okay? For f in, there's a curly bracket that says what do you want to do. For f, each time in this box do touch hyphen f. So what we're doing is we're doing the command here. We're doing the command here. We're telling it to when you're doing this, run this command. Okay, so I'm gonna save and exit. So what is gonna happen now? What is gonna happen? So I told F for in this curly brackets, each time go there and then become F and then create a file there. So what will happen is it
it'll
will
be
become
F1,
yeah
F2, F3, F4,
all the
all
way
the way to
to
100.
yeah, very good, very good. In fact, I'll do this in let me create a folder here, mkdir loop for I'm gonna do for loop 1. Okay, I'm gonna copy this script here into for loop 1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm gonna copy cd for loop. So I'm gonna do cp tilde I'm gonna from the root. When you do it from the root directory, that means from the copy for loop dot sh, right? I don't have to do this here. Cp for loop dot sh to for loop. Okay, cd minus. So if I run this script here for loop, I should have 100 files here. There you go. Okay, so building on that. Okay, now I'm gonna show you 2 or 3 kind of for loops here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is cp for loop 1.sh to for loop 2.sh. I'm gonna go into vi for loop 2.sh, and I'm gonna say this is a loop statement for I in for f in. Here I'm gonna say this time around, instead of f, just for demonstration, I'm gonna say x. For x in this, do, instead of doing the touch command, okay, so you could put in any command you want in here between do and done. So what I'm gonna do is echo I'm gonna say this is number, and then this is a variable here, right? So it will become $x. So what's going to happen when I run the script?
All
Anybody?
those files created 1 through 100.
No. So what would you say?
All the files are going to be created 1 through 100.
No.
You enter the number and it'll come the
Yeah, it will come back, but what is it gonna display on the screen?
number.
And how is it gonna display that number? What is the echo command doing?
Spacing it out.
No, man.
Is it going to list out all the numbers 1 through 100?
Yes. And how what is it gonna say?
It's gonna say this is number 1, and then it's gonna do the same thing for the other numbers till 100.
Yep. Very good. Very good. All right, man. I said, Austin, we need to have a one-on-one talk, okay? Well, just because I say echo is you're using echo here. If there is nothing in front of echo, that means it's giving you a line. If there is whatever is front of echo is going to repeat that. So when I said echo, you could use echo as, so if you just put echo here, there is blank in front of echo. So that means it's going to give you a blank line. That's what the concept of echo I told you could use it with. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this here. So it's going to give all the numbers 1 to 100. It says this is number 1, and it will go all the way to 100. There you go. It did it in a fraction of a second. Okay, so, oh God, I'm so sleepy. I was working last night. I went to sleep like 5 in the morning. By the way, you guys would be getting random calls in the middle of a night. I haven't had any calls in like last 6 months, but it goes with the job here. You may end up getting called up in the middle of a night, and that is kind of expected.
पहले जॉब तो लगने दो साहब देखेंगे सब बात
Do exactly the way you will get the job, believe me. In fact, send me the resume, guys. Nobody has sent me anything yet. Send me what I told you to.
ऑलमोस्ट सब जने पीछे चल रहे साहब आपकी क्लास में कोई भी जो ना हम लोग मैं खास तौर पे मैं अपना बोलता हूँ मगर भी ऐसा मेरे को ऐसा महसूस हो रहा कि एवरीबॉडी इज लिटिल बिट बिहाइंड कंपेयर्ड टू योर क्लास गोइंग ऑन
That's what I told you. Do the combined study. I mean, if you have time. I mean, whenever you're getting stuck, anything, take a picture, put it in a chat. Somebody should answer it. If nobody answers, then I'll answer it. You just have to make some time, good buddy. I know it's not that easy. It's not that difficult either, okay? Let's put it that way. If something is not easy, something is not very difficult either. Nothing is impossible. But yeah, but you need to know some amount of scripting here. You will never get a question about scripting in the interview, okay? Believe me.
पढ़ने बैठे तो सब आता वैसा दिख रहा फिर जाके बैठे क्या अपन करने गए तो भी नहीं आ रहा साहब
But keep the document handy.
डॉक्यूमेंट हैंडी रहना
See, I'm giving you a document. Forget about recording. Don't always have to go into recording, okay? Just do the document. Keep doing the document. And if you get stuck, put it in the chat. Then if nobody's answering, go to the video or recording. That way, you get an instant answer here. But Document is everything. Replicate what's in the document, and then it will automatically clear up a lot of things to you.
Did you upload the document yesterday?
No, I'm gonna upload today. I didn't do it. I uploaded the recording, I think. Yeah, the yesterday recording is there. So I'm gonna show you the last form of loop before we close. So I'm gonna say CP template. I'm gonna say for loop 3 dot sh. I'm gonna say here I'm gonna say something here. This is a for loop read statement. This is a for loop to read the files in this folder, okay? So I'm gonna say input equals ls, okay, backtick, I think, yeah. For f in input now what we're doing is we already declared the variable on the top here, and the variable is going to ls it, and then boom, is going to bring that input here, and then what do you want to do with it? Do cat f. Done. So what is going to happen here? This is the ls command is going to do. What is the ls command is going to do?
that's what list कर दे रहा वो तो.
Exactly. Then what it will do? Then, okay, hold on. So ls command सबको list कर दे रहा. Then what is this going to do for? ये तो जो है each time is going to go in the ls is going to loop and do cat f. So what is the cat f going to do?
The F file F. I think we are going to get the last file in the F.
No, we're not finding it. We're catting f. So here,
आप cat F को जाके देखिए अब.
where is cat f? There is no cat f here. So each file, when you do ls is input. That input is here. So f will become each time input is there, f will become input.
Okay.
What is input here?
ये पूरे files बता रहा हूँ.
Very good. Now each time f is going to become one input. So what are we doing?
तो वो cat बने तो file बन रही ना साबिक.
No, cat. So reading it. We're doing not cat greater than sign. If you do simple cat, we are reading it.
Okay.
If you're doing the greater than sign, then you're creating a file using cat. So we're gonna read all the files in this folder. So if I run this for loop 3, no such file or directory.
cat F जो है ना या दिख रही है ना सब F दिखना ना अपने को. क्योंकि डेटा जो है F में आ रहा ना सब आखिरी में.
Okay, hold on. So I'm doing input, do the ls, okay, for f in input, do cat.
अच्छा, अब यहाँ ये मसला क्या दूसरा और एक ये है साहब, ये ls कमांड जो है ना पूरे जितने फाइल्स है उसको रीड कर रहा,
Yes,
और वो अब पूरे फाइल को उन्हें एक ही वक्त में f में लाके डाल दे रहा।
yeah,
तो फिर f अपने को क्या दिख रहा, कहीं और f अपने को दिख रहा क्या?
पूरा लूप हो रहा, लूप होना हो,
लूप होना, मगर एक फाइल के साथ लूप होना या एक वक्त में लूप होना पूरा?
एक एक फाइल के साथ।
एक फाइल के साथ लूप होना है तो फिर
Let's do
स्ट्रैटेजी
instead of f, I'm going to do x.
f बोला आप x बोलो उतना ही होता ना साहब, वेरिएबल चेंज हो रहा खाली।
Yeah, so I think I have to change this dollar input for f
इनपुट
in
में
for f in
अपने इनपुट वैल्यू ठीक है, आउटपुट अपना सही करना है अपने।
do cat f, right?
आप एक काम कर सकते हैं साहब, यहाँ पे ये एलएस देने के बजाय कोई वैल्यू दे के देखिए क्या रिजल्ट आता है, उसके बाद अपन एलएस देंगे।
Okay,
इनपुट में आप एक वैल्यू दे दीजिए, कुछ भी 100 200 कुछ भी वैल्यू दीजिए, ये कैट एफ के बाद एफ को प्रिंट करने की आउटपुट वैल्यू दीजिए, तो बाद में इसको अपन ऑपरेट कर ले सकते हैं।
तो रेंज देना बोल रहे हैं आप, क्या बोल रहे हैं?
नहीं खाली एक वैल्यू दीजिए, अब कुछ भी नहीं होता। ठीक है, ये कैट एफ में 3 आना वैल्यू अपने को,
Okay,
तो अपना जो है ना वो सही चल रहा बोले ऐसा लूप। आउटपुट का है अपने फाइल का,
no such file or directory.
तो ये ना कैट जो है ना डायरेक्टरी में सर्च कर रहा, उसको कुछ भी नहीं मिल रहा उसको।
So input ls करे ना भाई, ls तो होना चाहिए, right? ls, let's do this here. Input is ls for f in input.
इक्वल टू डबल इक्वल टू तो लिखना नहीं है अपने वहां पे।
नहीं, ये फॉर लूप है ना।
नहीं, ये वैल्यू जब असाइन कर रहे हैं अपन एलएस इनपुट को, तो डबल टाइम लिखना नहीं है इक्वल टू।
Maybe.
देखिए डबल टाइम लिख नहीं है उसका, वही सिंटैक्स अगर अपन देखें क्या है एक्चुअल तो मालूम हो जाता था।
So let me go into my one of the other class here. October 19. It should work for f in ls, for x in input, do f or x, done. Okay. Wait, I think we're out of time here. We'll look at it next week. But
ठीक है
before that, before I close, I think I should tell you here the for loop. You know how for loop works is um how the for loop works, right? So let's see here. How the for loop works. So what you have to do is you have to give the for statement, okay? You have to give for statement. Okay, then what you have to do is then you have to tell do. You have to tell the system whatever you already got, using whatever you got, do what you want to do. Then you want to tell the command, and then after the command you have to say you're done with it. Once you reach everything is true. Okay, so we'll take a look at next week here, and then I'm going to upload it as soon as I can. Any questions? Put it in the chat, okay? All right,
Very good.
everybody have a good
Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
I love this.
I love this.